The views expressed on the Nova Society are those of the panelists and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the Phoenix Research Institute or any institution which any panel member is associated. Welcome back to the Nova Society, a space where dialogue deepens understanding and civic responsibility comes to life. I'm Dr. Mark Bound, joined by our regular panel, Dr. Scott Gershwer and Dr. Brooklyn Ann Weldon. Together, we'll unpack the stories that matter most, exploring the headlines, the history, and the big ideas shaping today's conversations. Let's dive in and hear what the panel has for us today. All right, Brooklyn, what's on for today?
So for today, we have a question from Mario, who lives in, is it Rennes, France? I'm sorry, I don't speak French. And Mario asks, I feel fortunate that I have no plans to visit the U.S. Good for you. In a recent podcast, your entire panel basically said, don't come. And I still hold to that. I think we all do. It was, I thought, honest advice based on the current chaos in the U.S. But I did see that someone in your government, I'm sorry, I can't remember who, is suggesting that visitors be required to show their social media posts for 5 years prior to visiting. If this is true, why do you think this is even being considered, and what might be the consequences? Oh, I would not be surprised, Mario, if it were true. And they're looking for anything negative against Trump, anything that could be considered anti-capitalist, anti-American, which would be anti-Trump, and American family, which is considered now one man and one woman. Anything that really that they don't like, as the incoming passport control, I guess, based on whatever rule or standard is being proclaimed at the time, according to Trump. And my understanding also from the listening to Canadian programs is that Canadians now need to be fingerprinted before coming to the United States, which is really not going to help increase the numbers of Canadians who want to come to the United States. Scott, Mark, what are your thoughts?
So a lot of credit to our listeners, right? Really very up to date and current on the news, because I think this was only proposed on Tuesday and it's only Wednesday today as we're recording this. I don't know what day it's going to come out, but this comes from the Department of Homeland Security, so that's Kristen Noem, and it comes from the Office of Management and Budget, which is oh shoot, what's that dude's name? That crazy guy, Russ Vought.
Which crazy guy?
Yeah. This is he looks like a harmless light bulb, but he is a very evil man who's the author of the Project 2025. And yeah, the idea is that they want to scrutinize your social media before you can get into the United States of America, going back 5 years. I mean, I would hate anybody to take a look at my social media in front of me at an airport. I probably should just stay where I am. It's like you could do the last 5 minutes and I'm ended up in jail. It's 5 years, Lord. Yeah, it's I think that this needs to be done by law, and it's not a law, so it's a proposal right now. But it's crazy and it's stupid and it's anti-American, and it does apply to both France and Great Britain, who don't need visas to come here. It's absolutely baffling that anybody would even propose such a thing. But there you go. That's where we are right now.
Well, it would also include the 2020 election, would it not? So I guess if you deny that Trump won the election and you say that Biden was a legitimate president, that would be included also.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that he lost the 2024 election too. So, more data needs to come in on that, but yeah. So I have a question for listeners, especially those overseas and especially those who care about the sport you call football. Trump just got an award from FIFA, which, as I understand it, is a fairly corrupt organization anyway. But they gave him some kind of like FIFA Peace Prize or something like that. He picked it up and put it on his own neck. like Napoleon did with the crown. I don't think that should be lost on anybody. And I'm just wondering if anybody is going to do soccer tourism and come here to watch football games when we have the games here. I
They
mean,
better not. I
my
suggest
hope
staying
would be
home.
that you would be smart enough to stay away and watch the games on TV. Because I mean, if you thought the vuvuzelas were annoying when the World Cup was wherever it was where they were blowing those plastic horns all game long, this is going to be a really annoying a World Cup for you guys coming to the United States and being subject to like East German Stasi style scrutiny while you're here. Like I wouldn't even stay in a hotel without expecting that somebody's going to be surveilling me during that whole period of time. And I don't think tourists have been doing very well here in the United States. I mean, you want to end your tour by spending 3 weeks in a cold cell somewhere. That's kind of what's waiting for you here in the United States. So I don't think so. Especially if you have anti-Trump sentiments, and if you've got a heartbeat and a brain, you do. This is not the place to be. Yeah,
No.
watch this one on TV.
No.
But do let us know if you're planning to come.
And just to a correction, it's FIFA,
Oh, is that
not
FIFA?
FIFA. Yeah, it's actually
Okay.
considered FIFA.
Yeah, it's
But
FIFA, and stay
yeah.
home, please.
And stay home.
Look out
Yeah,
for
I mean,
yourselves.
Mario, I know that France is in. You guys are into the World Cup, so congratulations to France on that. My next door neighbor is extremely happy. Germany is in. Of course, the United States is in simply because we're hosting. So same with Canada and same with Mexico. Hopefully, the big games that you want to watch will either be in Canada or Mexico. I would strongly encourage you to go see the games there, but I wouldn't come here. I would not come here. So, Scott, you bring up a good point. You know how informed our listeners are, and of course, I see the whole email. This is just the excerpt that I give out to the panel. This actually was reported in France 10 days ago. So, which I found very interesting, that somebody in Rennes, France, knew about this before we did. That truly is a commentary on how information is being disseminated. And, in Mario's very long and very well written, Mario, I don't know if English is your first or your second language, but it was really well written. He basically was saying that this was something that was coming out because of the World Cup and traveling to the United States. It was back in the day, we used to do this here in the United States where there would be an advisory warning of what might potentially be an issue in traveling to different regions of the world. That this came out in that kind of, this was brought out in that kind of advisory about traveling to the United States. And I was very surprised by that. But again, I did look this up when I saw it, and yes, Scott's right. To the Americans, I just saw this on the news yesterday. But you knew about it 10 days before we knew about it. So that is a commentary on how information is being spread here. I want to know, I'm probably going to be sitting next to the jail cell with Scott if they go back through 5 years. I don't even know how they do it. I mean, I honestly don't know how they do it. And Brooklyn's right. It's going to be all about you either think right, think in the proper way, or you don't get to come in. And the impact to the United States is already being felt just with our Canadian friends who are not coming. Florida they're whining. That was a huge part of their tourist industry. And let's face it, Florida tourism is a big deal. And the Canadians just aren't coming. I was reading a report the other day. Canadian travel to the United States is down like 75%. They come here for tourism. And when they're not coming, all those businesses in like Florida or even up north, in Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont and upstate New York, where they come over and they stay at bed and breakfasts, and they help the economy. It's great. All that's drying up, and it's drying up because of the way that the current administration is treating Canada. And
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, I give Canada all the credit. They're Mark Carney. I know that there's some up in Canada that can criticize Mark Carney a little bit for being the prime minister, but I'll tell you, I think he's handling it really well. He's basically ignoring us, and he's just out there doing his own thing around the world, and he's beginning to show. And I think he is a shining light on for the rest of the world to show how much the United States can be put, in the closet, and how much they still be just fine without us.
Yes, and also, is it bourbon? Sorry, Mark. I kind of interrupted you. Is it Kentucky bourbon?
Yep.
Yeah, they're in Ontario anyway. I don't know if all provinces have done this, but many have. At least I know Ontario has taken all Kentucky bourbon, and they since I don't know last February or something, off their shelves.
Yep.
A complete boycott. And Washington State also, people aren't coming across. Canadians aren't coming across. At least one Canadian, if not 3 or 4, have died in ICE custody. Canadians, no, they don't want to come. They're selling their properties. They've stopped their rentals. Las Vegas also is being hit hard because Canadians are not coming. Yeah, so please, everybody who might want to watch the World Cup, if you want to go to Canada to watch, if you want to leave and you leave your home countries and travel to anywhere, do not come to the United States. Please boycott the United States, because I don't want to have to worry about people coming here and then winding up in prison. Do not come, period. I've never been to Mexico, so I cannot speak to Mexico. Go to Canada if you want to be near and to watch games outside your home country. Go to Canada. I've lived in Canada. It's lovely. It's beautiful. People are polite. It's safe to travel. Go to Canada or stay home. If you want to go to Mexico, I know people who have been to Mexico. I have not personally, but I can say that Canada is wonderful. Go there. Do not come here.
Right.
Do not subject yourselves to that. You can boycott the United States. Send a message for how you feel, given how Trump is treating Europe and our allies. Do not come.
Yeah.
And I personally don't want to have to worry about our listeners coming here and winding up in ICE custody, being maltreated,
using scratchy toilet paper. I mean, there's so many things that we could have on this. Yes, absolutely.
I don't know about the toilet paper.
Well, it's going to be sandpaper, not toilet paper.
People have died.
Yes, I understand that.
How come in global football they don't count down the clock; they count up? I don't understand that. Somebody needs to explain that to me.
I don't know.
Ask your European friends. I've never got it. I had the pleasure, by the way, of watching a World Cup game between France and Germany in Germany with a mixed crew from our company, international company, of French and German, of course, hosting a big party that our CEO threw at a restaurant. And it was a lot of fun. I would go to the country that your country is playing and watch the game there. That's fun stuff to do. Yep. The French were having a great time.
Just not England. Don't go to, because England they have the football hooligans. You probably want to avoid them. Yeah, the British take it real serious, and and the British are in. So you might want to consider with England. I don't know.
Well, if Ireland's in, go there, because those guys are fun. They have a really good time. Yeah, I remember. So that's a good fun place to go. Or Italy. Yeah. Italy's nice too.
Italy's good. Yeah, I mean,
pretty much any place but America. Don't come to the USA.
And you know what, Mario? There's the consequence of things like this. people like us who live in the United States basically telling, our many listeners, don't come here. Just don't do it. You don't want to do it. And having those advisories now being put out by countries, that's the consequences. And it's going to be a huge detriment to a lot of the businesses here in the United States. And hey, once again, that's what they voted for down in Florida. So don't whine for the fact that the Canadians aren't coming, because he told you he was going to beat up on those Canadians. Well, he did. And the Canadians basically said, okay, we'll just stay home. All right.
And that's all the time we have for today's episode. The Nova Society is a production of Nova Society Media, a division of the Phoenix Research Institute. We want to thank our production partners, Buzzsprout, who hosts the Nova Society, Audacity, our editing team, Apple Podcasts, the largest source of podcast and music online, Spotify, the most popular platform for the Nova Society, and iHeartRadio, your destination for all things music and podcasting. The Nova Society is available on all of these and other quality platforms listed in our description. And most importantly, we want to thank you, our listeners. Without your support, the Nova Society could not be possible. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing on the platform of your choice. It's easy, it's free, and helps our channel grow. For questions or comments, you can reach us at nova.society.podcast@gmail.com. So on behalf of Dr. Brooklyn Ann Weldon, Dr. Scott Gershworth, and all of our production partners here at the Nova Society, I'm Dr. Mark Bound. Remember, the true power of society is knowledge. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again next time.
Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the #1 way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening!